Hello, fellow translators. Today I wanted to talk to you, today's video is brought to you by water. Water. Double the hydrogen for your oxygen. Today's video, actually, I wanted to ask you guys something. It has to do with contracts, with NDAs, contracts you have to sign before you start working with clients and things along those lines. And the main reason I want to ask you this is that I've had a number of questions, namely from a commenter, Jay Smith, on the YouTube videos, but they've come across every now and then about weird contracts and weird NDAs and what you should do about them. And I confess I haven't had this issue that much. It might be because I don't read the contracts as much as I should, and that's probably really bad on my part. But I just wanted to see with you guys and see what your experience is with NDAs, with contracts you have to sign with translation agencies or other types of clients before you start working for them, and if they slipped in anything weird in the terms and clauses and stuff like that. For example, the ones that you can see, and you can see this in, it's from a comment on a video a while back, or a week or two ago, where he says that they'd asked him strange things. Like, one was a clause granting the client access to audit his computer system home office in order to ensure that he's complying with their privacy and security policies. I'm sure this goes against several laws of privacy to audit someone's home computer system, so basically your computer at home. And then other things like where he can't work with any of their clients for 5 years after having worked for them. And if he does, then they sue him. Now, this will make sense if he knowingly works with a client of theirs that he knows who's their client. But if he's, we live in a small world in that sense. And especially if you have the same language combination as your agency, in the next 5 years, you might end up working for one of their end clients without knowing it. So you can't really sign something like that if they word it, very broadly and vaguely and say they can sue you for it because yeah, you have no control. You don't know who all of their clients are. You can't control who you might be in touch with in the next 5 years to do jobs for them. Now, obviously, if you know one of their clients, like you did a certain job for one of the end clients and you know their name, you absolutely cannot get in touch with that person. That is a given. But the way they word it apparently is very weird. And other thing. Well, first of all, the thing up to 5 years about these no compete clauses and stuff. 5 years seems like a long time to want to do that in and of itself. I don't know, and so I'm just wondering what other things you've seen people try to slip into contracts and try to put there. Now, by the way, when this happens, you always have a couple options. First of all, you can say, no, I'm not going to sign it. You can say, I'm not going to sign it because of this, and that. If you take it out, then I'll sign it. Or you can, if you want, print it out or some other way, just cross out the parts that you don't like and put your initials right next to it to show that you crossed it out and that's it, and then send it back. And you can say I signed it, but I crossed out the parts that I don't agree with and initialed it because I don't accept those. And so you can, you do have a couple options. I would, the safest thing is not to sign it or to let them know, take those out and then I'll sign it. But, to let them know that you're not okay with it. And you can explain the reason. You can be like, look, obviously I won't work for any client of yours, but I don't know who all your clients are. And for the next 5 years to tell me not to work with any one of your clients or potential clients there's no way it can be done. It can be accomplished. And so, maybe with some dialogue it can work. And now he's saying he's had issues with it. He said, that he's talked to people like in the forums and stuff where they've successfully done so. He said he hasn't been able to yet. But anyway, I wanted to get you guys' input. Have you guys had any issues with NDAs, with contracts that you had to sign before working on stuff, where they try to slip in weird stuff or anything along those lines? Please let me know in the comments or send me a message or something, because I'd like to get some more input and info and maybe talk about it a bit more if this is an issue that affects quite a few people. And otherwise that's it, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Savidum.